About 10 years ago, I wrote an article that was online for a while. It's no longer there anymore. And it was on Madam C.J. Walker. And her great granddaughter saw my article and loved it. And she reached out to me and sent an email letting me know not only did she admire my article, she also gave me additional information about her great grandmother that I didn't know, and I'm going to share that with you. Madam C.J. Walker, 1867 to 1919, lauded as the first Black millionaire woman in America. That's phenomenal for a woman of those times during the Reconstruction and Jim Crow, and she still managed to become a millionaire. Do you know what the odds of that happening are when you got a system that's against you? That's pretty damn phenomenal. For her successful line of hair care products, born Sarah Breedlove, she was widowed by age 20. And what actually happened was her husband was lynched. He had left the home to go to work and never returned. And it was maybe a few days later, she had found out he was grabbed and lynched. Can you imagine how devastating that is? And in those times, Black families did not always get the bodies back of their loved ones. What these white devils would do is throw them into a wooden coffin and just bury them. And sometimes the families would believe they just walked off and left them. And the men were actually lynched. It's so sad. She took to work as a laundress. After seeking treatment for hair loss, she developed the Walker system and sold her homemade products directly to Black women, a talent for self-promotion. She helped build a booming empire. Now, you know what this woman did? She would carry her 2-year-old daughter in her arms and go door to door in the Black neighborhood that she lived in, selling her product. And that's how she got her product off the ground. She spent lavishly on luxurious homes. Walker also funded scholarships for women, and these were for Black women, for the Tuskegee Institution, and she donated large sums to the NAACP, the Black YMCA, and dozens of other charities. And she was also a big advocate for anti-lynching laws. Born Sarah Breedlove, the daughter of Louisiana sharecroppers, Walker was orphaned at 6, married at 14, and widowed at 20, with a 2-year-old daughter to care for. She resettled in St. Louis and went to work as a laundress. Her early years, she reflected patterns all too common for Black women of her generation. In 1905, Walker, who had been losing her hair, sought a treatment for the condition. The method of beauty culture she developed revolutionized Black hair care. The combination of scalp preparation, applications of lotion, and use of iron combs became known as the Walker system. She distinguished her hair products from the straighteners advocated by white cosmetic firms, arguing that her treatment was geared to the special health needs of Blacks. She sold her homemade products directly to Black women using a personal approach that won her customers and eventually a fleet of loyal saleswomen. All of her saleswomen were Black. And she had 3,000 Black women go door to door selling her products. Pretty damn amazing for a woman to do that during Jim Crow. Pretty damn amazing. Walker trained her beauty culturalists after establishing her business headquarters in Denver. with a branch in Pittsburgh managed by her daughter, Alelia. Her second husband, Charles J. Walker, a journalist, helped promote his wife's flourishing enterprise. Her lectures and demonstration won thousands of customers, and in 1910, she moved her headquarters to Indianapolis. Her business employed over 3,000 workers, mainly door-to-door saleswomen, and these women were all Black. Can you imagine, even in today's climate, being able to hire 3,000 Black people? That is absolutely amazing. Her product line of nearly 20 hair and skin items was widely advertised in the Black press. Walker, whose talent for self-promotion made her one of the best-known Black Americans during the first quarter of the century. Unbelievable. She was definitely a legend before her time. And she actually, it talks about her Manhattan townhouse, but she actually had a mansion in Harlem. And I believe it's still there. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it is. But it became a salon for members of her Harlem during the Harlem Renaissance. Walker also owned luxurious country home, a villa, and in Irvington on Hudson, designed by a Black architect, Ventnor Tandy. And one thing that I love about her, she was very generous with her wealth. She helped a lot of Black people. You couldn't just work for Madam C.J. Walker. If you worked for her, one of the things that she made every single one of her employees commit to, after they worked for her, going back into the Black community and helping the community. That was also part of the requirement that she had for her employees. They must help the Black community. Unbelievable. Walker was as generous as she was successful, establishing a network of clubs for her employees and offering bonuses and prizes to those who contributed their communities. They had to contribute to their communities. So the more her workers contributed to the community, the more of a bonus she would give them. She was a real firm believer in helping other Black people out. And that's what I love about her. And she also contributed to many charitable works, and she did many charitable works as well. She promoted female talent. The charter of her company provided only a woman would serve as president. And after she passed on, her daughter became president. She was a standard bearer for Black self-help, funding scholarships for women at the Tuskegee Institute. So she was a big advocate for helping, and I think that's what I loved about her. Madam C.J. Walker plans for her headquarters, the Walker Building, and I'm going to show you a picture of her building. It still stands in Indianapolis. Here it is right here. It's now the Walker Theater. But this was the building that she had purchased in 1910 in Indianapolis, where she worked and did her business and developed her product. It still stands, ladies and gentlemen. This is a historical site. That's why it's never been torn down. Pretty damn amazing. Okay, the Walker Building, where she carried out after her premature deaths, her death at 51. She died young. Wow, she didn't even get to become a senior. The structure, completed in 1927, today is part of the historic renovated district in downtown Indianapolis. But there used to be a picture of her mansion. I don't know if I'll find it, but let me see if I can. Madame C.J. Walker's mansion. There used to be a picture of it, but I don't know if it still exists. But let's see if it does. Here it is, right here, y'all. This is her mansion. Can you imagine being able to live like that in 1910? This woman lived like this in 1910. Okay? So don't tell me we did not have awesome ancestors. We absolutely did, ladies and gentlemen. And don't let these white devils tell you you can't run a business, you can't do anything. Hell to the yes, we can. All right, here's an old picture of her. Yeah, I think this is right. Yeah, this is an old picture right in front of her mansion. And these are an old picture of her workers right here. And what I will do is I will leave links to these pictures if you want to look at them. It's beautiful. It's almost hard to believe there was one of our ancestors that got to live so lavishly during those times. So beautiful. Please leave your comments and subscribe. And if you can donate to this channel, please do. Peace, family.